US President Donald Trump has said that Venezuela will be delivering up to 50 million barrels of oil to the United States and that the proceeds will be controlled by him personally as the president. Now, this hours after Venezuela's interim president, Delcy Rodriguez, insisted that no foreign power was governing her country.
We are here governing together with the people. The government of Venezuela is in charge in our country and no one else. There is no foreign agent governing Venezuela. It is Venezuela. It is its constitutional government.
Rodriguez, who was vice president under Maduro, has given mixed signals about how much she is prepared to cooperate with Trump, at times sounding conciliatory, at others defiant. In a first confirmation of losses, Venezuela's military on Tuesday published a list of 23 troops, including 5 generals killed in the US strikes. Top ally Cuba separately issued a list of 32 dead Cuban military personnel, many of whom were members of Maduro's security detail. Now, paying tribute to who she referred to as martyrs. Now, Rodriguez said, "We are people who don't surrender, who don't give up." Venezuela's interim president has announced a week of mourning for those killed.
I have decided to declare a 7-day period of mourning in honor and glory of the young people, women and men who died, who gave their lives defending Venezuela, defending President Nicolas Maduro. To them, our recognition.
A new footage of the January 3rd strike has emerged. Now it shows the scale of the US military intervention near Caracas. Trump, in a statement earlier, hailed the US armed forces, saying the operation showed America as the most powerful, most lethal, most sophisticated and most fearsome military on planet Earth. Speaking to House Republicans at a retreat at the Trump Kennedy Center, Trump called Maduro a violent guy.
He's a violent guy. He gets up there and he tries to imitate my dance a little bit. But he's a violent guy, and he's killed millions of people. He's tortured. They have a torture chamber in the middle of Caracas that they're closing up. But he's tortured people. And
Maduro, along with his wife Celia Flores, is in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. They pledged not guilty to drug trafficking and other charges at an appearance in a New York court on Monday. The next hearing is set for March 17th. Global pressure is building on Washington. In the latest, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum called on US to ensure the couple receives a fair trial. Supporters of Maduro and his wife, along with other government officials, marched through Caracas on Tuesday to demand their release. For more on this, our correspondent Susan Tehrani has sent us this report from New York. Take a look.
President Trump has announced that interim authorities in Venezuela will be handing over 30 to 50 million barrels of oil previously sanctioned by the United States. The barrels will be sold at market price and revenues controlled by Trump as president and directed, he says, will benefit both Venezuela and America. This unprecedented arrangement underscores how energy strategy and foreign policy are increasingly intertwined, but it raises complex questions about legality, sovereignty, and the long-term implications of U.S. involvement in Venezuela's oil sector. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.
U.S. President Donald Trump addressed House Republicans at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. during his speech. Now, Trump expressed confidence in winning the midterm elections and in his typical style took jibes at everyone, ranging from his predecessor Joe Biden to the Free Maduro protesters. Take a look.
I want to thank another guy who's as tough as they come, because he went through something that none of us have gone through. I went through a little shot, but I get that throbbing feeling every once in a while. But what he went through was incredible. And that Steve Scalise, he got hit hard. Where's Steve? Steve. I've gone to hospitals where guys are in bad shape and the wife couldn't care less. She's waiting. She's looking for the next guy. Who's the next guy down the pike? who the hell is the next guy? He's died. I said, it's so bad. Oh, yeah, yeah. I had one where the dog died and the husband died at the same time. I said, it's so sad. Yes, I love this dog so much. I'd love to make a speech. The speaker asked me, would you make a speech? I said, sure. You think Biden would do that? Would you make a speech? What? First of all, people wouldn't ask him to make a speech because it never worked out well, right? Could never find the exits. You finish, look, stare here, stare there, stare here. You could jump off the front if you had to. But he's a violent guy, and he's killed millions of people. He's tortured. They have a torture chamber in the middle of Caracas that they're closing up. But he's tortured people and free Maduro. And the sign is before we even did the attack. You know, free Maduro. Why do you want him freed? I don't know, but he should be free. Oh, she reads a sign. What does that say? It says free. Well, that's what I believe.